Hello, everybody. I'm Linda Kubota Bird, and I'm with my friend Elizabeth Hartstar, and we're here to talk about the big event happening on July 7th in Sedona, Arizona. Um, Elizabeth and I were talking together, I think back in March, and we were looking at this ingress because we were actually in Stonehenge when Uranus moved into Taurus. So both of us have a connection to Uranus for some reason. Anyway, um, but what's really exciting is that there's been a lot of change going on in 2025, as I'm sure you know. The major planets, five planets have changed signs, which is highly unusual. And to have Uranus being the final planet to be changing into a new sign is, to me, it's like the final combination lock thing where it's just going to click in and new things will come from this. It'll be a turning point. As many of you know, Uranus is the planet of awakening. So, where we're really excited and why we feel called to do this is that at 7 a.m. exactly in Sedona is when Uranus will make the ingress. So it gave us the number 777, which also numerology will tell you is a very auspicious number. So, um, yeah, and the exciting thing is it's going to be joining up with Sedna. And so Elizabeth wants to talk about Sedna, so I'm going to turn it over to Elizabeth.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's such an exciting time, and I know a lot of astrologers have been talking about the zero, these outer planets, which are the collective, um, going to zero, especially Neptune and Saturn at the zero creation point, the zero Aries point, which is like the new beginning for us. Yeah, and so when we pulled the chart up and I saw, oh wow, Sedna is only a degree and a half away from Uranus. That really excited me because I felt like this was awakening Sedna. And Sedna was a planet now known as a dwarf planet, the furthest out in our solar system that we know of right now, that has a 12,000 year orbit. So she's that close to our planet, Earth, after almost 12,000 years. And the day she was announced as a 10th planet, um, I received the symbol when I went into meditation in a drumming prayer circle with a group of people dedicated to this new planet. I received this symbol for Sedna, and then I realized, oh, Sedna is Sedona without the O, and she's known as the Arctic Inuit tribe's goddess of the sea. And I believe that the water holds our cellular memory, and this almost 12,000 year cycle that she's awakening us in our cellular memory. I like to call her the goddess of the Akashic Sea because she holds this memory. So there's a lot more about Sedna and the whole legend there's many variations. The one that I first read about on the website, which we'll leave um, at the end and in the comments. But when we saw the astrology, that's what really excited me. And then I thought, oh, and Venus is right next to Sedna, so it's Uranus,
Do you want me to pull the chart,
Sedna, and
Elizabeth?
Venus.
Do you want me to pull the chart up?
Okay, yeah, let's put the chart up.
Can you see it?
I can see it. Yes. So the what's called a minor grand trine. Yeah, Linda's pointing out, and there's Uranus, Sedna, and Venus. That's the symbol that's used for Sedna now, and they're trine to Pluto. That's 2 degrees, almost 3 degrees. So that is an amazing activation. Pluto being the great transformer, Uranus the awakener. Like when Pluto in transit and Uranus are in transit, big things happen. And this is a trine, so this is really an opportunity. And then they make sextiles, both Pluto and all the Uranus, Sedna, Venus, to Neptune and Saturn, who have just entered Aries. Neptune at the end of March, and Saturn entered the 0 point of Aries on the 24th of May. And so they're making this configuration that you can see that's called a minor grand trine, which is a incredible activation and opportunity. And then also, I'd like to read, I think this is good to read about this channeling that came through from David Miller of the Group of 40, who I've been a member of for 20 years. He's been channeling the Arcturians for about 30 years. And on May 24th, which is the day Saturn went into at the 0 creation point, I asked for information about this 7-7 and and about Sedna, and just a couple sentences from a 30-minute reading was, this is an opportunity for an awakening and a discovery. And Uranus is known as the awakener and brings discoveries. It's like the inventor, it's the technology, it's crystal energy, it's consciousness. It's known as the higher octave of Mercury, cosmic consciousness. It's like we're awakening our cellular memory. So the opportunity for the awakening and discovery. And then one of the Arcturians, Giuliano, calls this a turning point. And it is a turning point. Pluto and Uranus are always turning points. And then Helioa, the Arcturian, said Sedna represents a messenger from the galactic center, the galactic core. She went on to say more. But when we looked at the horoscope, and you can see the part of fortune, which is a point that you're always pulled to because you find fulfillment and fortune there, is at that galactic center degree. So this whole time, there's so much about the horoscope, but I think the main point is this minor grand trine with all the planets, Pluto, Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune, that have all gone to the 0 point. So they're all in this wonderful opportunity for great awakening and great discovery and great change. And then the sun on that day is aligned to Sirius, the sun behind the sun, the brightest star in our sky. You know, that many, I believe, the councils of light gather there because it is the closest star to our own sun, which is a star. So, and then the moon on that day is very close in alignment to the royal gatekeeper star known as Antares, which is the heart of the scorpion, which I see as like a gatekeeper of truth. So it's like this is amazing. And there's so much more. We're not going to talk about it all now. But when we get together, we will be looking at individuals' charts to see how this activates you personally. And we do have a few spots still left for our 777 cosmic celebration, we're calling it, this awakening in Sedona. And we're going to really, I've lived in Sedona for 35 years, and I know the places at Sedna, especially her place of emergence, which is the Holy Well here. So we're going to go to sacred sites during this time. And we hope that whoever, if you can't join us, because we're actually limiting it to 12 people, but wherever you are, do a meditation, get together with people on 7/7 at 7 a.m. Sedona time, which is the same as Pacific daylight time in the U.S. Tune into and let's create this awakening for our planet and pull the energies up, because we know we need that right now. And then the one thing about the 777, when I saw that, I remembered reading about 777 in Hebrew gematria, which is about the numbers of the letters, and the energy of 777 was, thus spoke the Elohim. And then in the Tree of Life and J.J. Hurtak's Keys of Enoch, they talk about Netzach, the seventh Sephiroth, and the energy of it is about the victory of the seventh ray, the victory of those who are in this dimension are able to go into higher dimensions without changing their body form because they have transmuted it into light. So it's really about awakening the star seeds, awakening our memory of our galactic heritage. I mean, it's such an exciting time. In the Greek gematria, the 777 is connected to the 888. So I really feel like, these are such people that understand like the magic or the numerology. And also in ancient wisdom teachings, they talk about we're entering the seventh ray, this new age, this Aquarian age. So this is, I mean, there's so much, and so um, what else would you like to share, Linda?
Well, I would just say that I want to emphasize this is a big deal, the part of fortune on the Galactic Center, because when something's lined up with it, then the direct transmission from our source, in a sense, is wide open. So it's a this whole chart is just shows there's a golden opportunity for big change, big transformation, and the feeling we have is that by gathering together, we will have a stronger transmission to support in this humanity's awakening. So both of us would love to have you join us, and you could find out more at SedonaRedDoorRetreats.com. So thank you so much for
Can
listening.
you like
And
put us both on so we can just see,
sure.
say goodbye and
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, great.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we look forward to seeing you in Sedona if you feel called to be here with us for to celebrate this event. But wherever you are, celebrate because we can change the world. The power of love. I think the Pluto trine Venus and Sedna and Uranus is about the power of love to bring in this new paradigm, this new age that we know that we came to assist. And the world needs it now. We all know that. So we can change the world and it's going to be a golden age.
And we'll have fun at the same time. We'll
And
have
have fun. Yeah,
Leo
we're gonna have
rising. So,
we're gonna have a party. So 7 a.m. tune in and then have a party at 7 p.m. wherever you are and just celebrate that we know who we are.
okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.